Hey guys, thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. My name is Mathis, and today I received a package from Book Outlet. So I have quite a few books to show you guys. I mean, it's a pretty hefty stack. So I'm going to see if I can get through these books pretty quickly. So let's just jump into it. First book I have here, guys, is called From a Crooked Rib from Neruda Farah. I was on Kamil's channel. If you don't know Kamil, I will link his YouTube channel down below. His channel is awesome, so I really suggest you check his channel out. I saw this book on his channel and it sounded pretty interesting. It's about a young girl who lives in Somalia. She is forced to marry this older man, and so to resist the marriage, she ends up fleeing to another village. So it sounded pretty interesting. So yeah. The second book I have here, guys, is called Born Under a Million Shadows by Andrea Busfield. The reason why I picked this up because I really like The Kite Runner. That's one of my favorite books. I also like 1,000 Splendid Suns by that same author. So I saw this book and it reminded me of of those books. And so this book is set in Kabul and it's about a little boy who loses his family. In the midst of all this, the Taliban has taken over Kabul and set in new laws. So this story seemed like a heart-wrenching story. And yeah, I just can't wait to dive into it. Next book I have here, guys, is called Moth Smoke by Mohsin Hamid. Now this author wrote the book The Reluctant Fundamentalist. I have not read that book. If you read that book and think I should read that book, please let me know in the comments below. I saw this on the website and I thought the cover art was pretty sexy, pretty cool. So yeah, that's the reason why I picked it up. This novel is set in Pakistan, by the way, and I'll give you guys a closer look of this cover. The next book I have here, guys, is called A House in the Sky by Amanda Lynn Hoot. I read a synopsis of the story. It seemed like a very heart-wrenching, chilling experience. This is a true story, so I cannot wait to really dive into this one. And the author, guys, to just show you. So, yeah, beautiful young girl. The next book I have here, guys, that I would like to show you is called Turtle Feet. Now, this is a memoir as well, and this is by Nicolai Crozini. When I read the synopsis of this book, it sounds pretty interesting. It's about a young man who quits his day job as a musician and he goes on this spiritual journey to find himself, and he goes to India to do that. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty cool and fun, and I cannot wait to dive into this one. The next book I have here, guys, is called Midnight by Sister Soldier. Now, this is my first time reading anything by Sister Soldier, so I'm very excited to actually start this novel. This novel was recommended to me by Denise D. Cooper's daughter. I will link her YouTube channel down below. She said this is like one of her favorite novels, so I was like, oh, okay. And so she really highly recommended me to read this. It's about a young man who is from North Africa. He gets sent to America when his father falls into trouble. And so when he goes to America, he somehow gets caught up in his father's dealings. In the midst of all this, there's a romance unfolding. Sounds pretty interesting. This is a thriller, so I think it's a thriller or a suspense novel, and so I cannot wait to really dive into this. The next novel I have here, guys, is called The Caretaker by A.X. Hamed. Now, this novel is about an Indian guy who works at a military. He loses his position and ends up packing up his family and moving to the U.S. Once he is there, he ends up working as a caretaker for this African American family. and he gets caught up in some shady dealings. Another thriller, and it sounds really interesting. There's Indian and African American race relations in this novel, so it sounds really unique and very intriguing. The novel I have here, guys, is called The Cry of the Dove by Ferdia Furker. This novel is about a woman who gets tormented by her village when she becomes pregnant out of wedlock. So this novel sounds really interesting, guys. I don't know much about this novel, but it sounds like a really poignant story. So yeah. The next novel I have here, guys, is called A Fort of Nine Towers by Kiswe Akbar Amar. Yeah, so this story takes place in Afghanistan, and this is during the time when Russia invaded Afghanistan. The story is centered around a Afghani family who flees to this abandoned palace for protection. The story sounds really interesting, so I cannot wait to dive into this one. So that is it, guys. That is all the books. If you read any of these books, please let me know so I can bump it up on my TBR, because I have no idea which book to start first. And if you like for me to review any of these books, please let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later. Alright, bye.